Hey, thanks for joining and tuning in. I happened to come across Donovan Brown here in the Channel 9 studios, and I thought I'd grab him for a moment, sit down, and talk. It's been a long time since we've been able to talk, and I got some things I want to ask you, man.
Cool. No, I'm happy to be here. I think this is an exciting time for us here on the cloud advocacy team, and happy to answer whatever you want. So one of the things that I'm glad you just mentioned that I wasn't thinking about is that, like, I've been using the word classic and traditional, and that kind of makes you feel old or after an afterthought. But I think IT pros the proper. So am I. But I don't want the audience to think that we think that they're old or that they're classic stuff. We're
classic, legacy, traditional. Those are three words that I don't think
are appropriate. Yeah. Right. Because we still need to run Exchange servers. We still need to run SAP servers. We still need to run that fundamental infrastructure that backs our company, even if it doesn't support app dev. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think that's the part that people need to understand is that I am not trying to encourage you to put a pipeline in front of your Exchange server so that every Exchange update goes through a pipeline. Like, that's not my goal. Right. I understand that there's servers that exist that still need to be maintained, still need to run, like literally run your business. You don't run your business without email. You don't run your business without an SAP running. Now, you might then have web servers somewhere else in your infrastructure.
You go off and those are those different things.
Exactly. And they're going to have applications written by your company that I want to make sure that are getting deployed there as efficiently as possible, that we're delivering value. So I understand that there's two different levels or different types of servers, two different types of infrastructure. And I'm not trying to get you to rub DevOps on everything that you own, right? There's a point where it's appropriate, and there's a point, and I want everyone to know that I understand that there's a point where it's not appropriate. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I want to get across.
There's I don't know if you saw it, but Jeffrey Snover put out a tweet this morning that was just making fun of a meme that he saw, and it was a tubing incident on the back of a very large boat with a big wake that was going on. There's like 3 or 4 people on this massive tube. It's being pulled, moving along, kind of coming. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it hits this big rogue wave that it hits it hard enough, and then like one person goes whoop straight up in the air, other person goes whoop this way, other person's like over, the thing flips, and he's basically just saying, "We're all in on DevOps." It's like no.
That's not funny.
You don't put DevOps on everything.
Exactly.
There's definitely a place for it.
I agreed, and I'm not even trying to convince people that they need it. The demand for DevOps is so high right now. Mm-hmm. The demand for my team's attention, our team's attention is so high. I don't have time to waste trying to convince you that it's important, because there's too many people that know that it's important for them that I need to go help, right? So I'm not out here trying to convert everybody, because there's too much work for us to do for those who do want it, for me to worry about trying to convince someone that they need it when they don't. So I think that's a message that's really important for people to understand. Because when you and I first started talking about this, I could see the concern, right? It's like, if you're my savior and I trust you, and it's almost like when we bought GitHub. Mm-hmm. Like, people who trusted GitHub.
Oh, they're freaking out.
Exactly.
Absolutely freaking out. Because the unknown was going to happen.
And they already knew the image that was Microsoft. And they did not agree with the image that was Microsoft. And now this person that they don't trust, that they don't believe in their message, now controls this thing that they love so much, that is so different. And when we made this announcement or this reorg, such that there's an audience, and there's a persona that you represent in the wild that might see me the same way the GitHub people saw Microsoft, right? It's like, this guy is against everything that I believe in. He's always trying to get people to do DevOps, even if it doesn't make sense, which isn't actually accurate. But now all of a sudden, if Rick aligns with him, Donovan's going to force Rick to be the next DevOps guy. And that's not, I just want to be as clear as I can possibly be. That is not what I'm here to do.
And I can absolutely confirm that. We've not even had that type of conversation during our one-on-ones, during our conversations. In fact, the hilarious thing is that when we have our one-on-ones, at the very beginning, I think you said, Rick, we've been together in kind of parallel motions for like 5-6 years. Yeah. And our paths haven't crossed. Yeah. The stuff that we've done. Yeah. And it's long overdue, because I think there's a lot of stuff that I can bring from a perspective to the stuff that you do in the DevOps world. But at the same time, schooling me in the other direction as well, to be able to see where it does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it happened already when we were at dinner in Vegas, right? I mean, you called me out in a one-on-one before we had dinner at Vegas, so I was almost ready for the conversation, right? Because you're like, man, you never do a DevOps pipeline to a VM. I'm like, holy crap, you're absolutely right. And it kind of shines a light on something that I think I have a tendency to do. I think here at Microsoft, we have a tendency to do that. When we even came out with Azure, we didn't do IaaS.
Absolutely.
We went straight to PaaS.
We're going PaaS. We're doing the high down to low route.
Right. So we was like, this is where we think the future is going to be. And we might be right. That might be the future. Mm-hmm. But what we've done is we've over pivoted so hard that we're ignoring where our customers are today.
Absolutely.
And I do that a lot as well. And I'm going to try to do, actually, I'm probably not going to try to do better. Abel's going to do better.
Oh, okay.
Right. Because as part of this reorganization, I'm going to be stepping away from DevOps. And it's weird for me to say that, right? It's really weird for me to say that, but I think we all agree for me to be the best manager of the teams that I now lead, I have to make sure people understand that that's not my only focus. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to rebrand myself and to make sure people understand that I want Microsoft to do great, and I want our customers to do great. And there's much more ways that you can do great than just doing DevOps. But I need DevOps to still be taken care of, and that's where Abel's going to come in. And
absolutely,
he started taking over all my one-on-ones, which was really weird. A lot
of more free time now.
I guess, but and I hope I do, so that I can go off and learn more about like some of the other areas. Like SRE is another area that I'm not extremely strong with, but I have a great leader with Emily there. Obviously, what you do on your team is something that I'm aware of. We were just talking about some networking stuff, and none of those terms are completely foreign to me. I mean, I know what these devices are, but it was never my career to go off and do that. So I think there's a lot that I'm going to be able to learn from you that I will be able to use in the DevOps world. Right? And not to mention your expertise on Azure is something where I need to go get stronger. I'm really good with Azure DevOps. I'm really good with PaaS services deploying there because that's what I've always done. But what I need to be able to do is say I can deploy to any service in Azure, right? And not just in the way that we're going to have Abel do it. So yeah. Abel's going to have to go do better, which kind of makes me feel good. a little load off my
continuous
back.
Learning through delegation to somebody else.
Exactly. But perfect. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I remember I've said this several times to you, and you just mentioned it a moment ago. How have it been 5 years? Like we both knew who each other was, but it took a reorg for us to finally like be in the same room and same conversation and be like, wow, man. Just imagine what we would have been able to do if we had met 5 years ago. Exactly. It's like if I only had a time machine, we would go back and because I've enjoyed every interaction with you so far, man. It's been awesome.
I think it's a matter of some people can over-index easily and they get concerned. I mean, that's just the way the industry is. Things change, things come up. They very quickly draw their lines and make their assumptions on things. And so, the team that I've been able to have the honor of being able to build has been phenomenal. They're growing. They're being able to do stuff through scale, something I've never had to kind of deal with before as being a new leader on this particular team has been awesome. And they're also 100% behind it as well. Like we are still going out, engaging and talking to IT pros where they are, what their technology is, on premises, hybrid, exclusively inside the cloud, all those different varieties, and making sure that we are listening to what they need and then how we can help them with a solution to solve their problems.
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter if it's on-prem, doesn't matter if it's hybrid, doesn't matter if it's exclusively cloud. We talk all three languages.
Exactly, and if I were to change any of that, I would be the world's worst leader, right? Because I know you're doing a good job there. I know that you're taking care of a very important customer base for us, right? Like I've never had any doubts that was an important customer base for us, and I'm honored. Like the team that we've been able to get, like through Reorg, it's just like, man, we ended up like with an awesome team. I almost feel embarrassed by that. Like, holy crap, dude, our team is like stacked right.
People are in lines to join the team.
Exactly. Like literally, that's not even an exaggeration. That's not even.
No one's looking to leave. Everyone wants to join and sign up for it.
Yeah, it's just like wow. Like we have. Like I said in our all hands, like we have the potential to do something epic, right? And I'm really excited about it. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows that there's no trying to convert someone to something else. We all agree on the same things. So the entire org agreed, and we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm excited about what we're going to be able to do. Only regret is that this didn't happen sooner.
Absolutely.
Cool deal.
Thanks for taking the time to chat, man.
No, my pleasure, man. This is awesome.
Appreciate it.
See ya.